Hey, welcome to the shop. Today we're going to take these big piles of rough cut cherry and run them through this here planer and make them nice and smooth and nice and parallel face to face, and bring them down to about 3/4 of an inch thick. As they are right now, they were skip planed at the mill at 15/16 thickness, and which really just kind of makes the two sides parallel to each other. And you can see here, I think you can see it's still pretty rough. You can see a lot of planer marks in it from the mill. We have to take all that out, but luckily we've got nearly 1/4 of an inch to play with. Here's the thickness planer I'm going to use today, and if you can see, here's the adjustment, the calibration on the thickness. And the first thing you need to do is unlock the table. Two screws here. And this keeps the table from moving up and down. When you first put a board in, it has a tendency to push the table down and take up some of the slack in the adjustment mechanism. And that'll cause the ends of the boards to be thinner than the rest of the board. It's called snipe, and we don't want that. So we want to adjust this. Right now we're setting it about, if you can see that, about 7/8 of an inch. I'm going to go up just about not quite a 1/16. And move this hand wheel, and we're going to lock it back down. Okay, and everything's nice and tight. I'm going to turn on the dust extractor and set this camera up on a tripod so I've got both hands free, and we'll run some boards. Looks like we've got a plugged up here, the dust extractor, for some reason. Oh yeah, feeding a little too much. As you can see, my hose is mostly duct tape now. Kind of rough on the inside. And I'm going to have to set the camera down and use both hands. And you can see in here she's pretty full. Reach in here, get most of it. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, I think we filled up the bag on the extractor. Let's take a look in here. Oh yeah, we got a full bag of shavings. I'll have to change this bag out, and then we can finish up. About 2 more passes on these boards, we'll be done with the planing. Beauty part about this is it makes great smoke for smoking pork, believe it or not. Alright, we've got all the boards now planed down to 3/4 of an inch. And if we can look at the calipers here. You see, maybe just a few thousandths over, but that's alright because they'll still need to be sanded, and after they're sanded they're going to be pretty much right on the money. And besides that, it's wood, and it does shrink and expand with temperature and humidity seasonally. Next thing we need to do is make both sides square and parallel to each other. Now if you sight down this board, if you can see it, but it's bowed, and that's pretty common for rough cut lumber. So what we want to do is put this bowed side, the concave side, next to this long fence. I've put a really long fence on my radial arm saw. Now that's going to allow this board to touch the fence the full length. So we're not going to vary. It's just going to ride down this fence. And we're going to cut this outside edge. Go ahead and measure. Unmeasured a few spots up and down the board. Got 6 1/4 inches there. About 6 1/16 there. 6 1/16 there. And we're 6 1/16 there. So I'm going to go ahead and set this saw to 6 inches. So that's going to, it should cut the full length without skipping anything. Now because I've added the thickness of this fence, my gauge on the side of the saw doesn't fit anymore. So I just taped a ruler on. And we're not going to be real fussy. There's 6 inches. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but I'm going to lock that in at 6 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and make this cut. And that should get one side of the board straight. And it won't be parallel with the other side yet until we flip it over and do the same on the other side. Alright, now you can see we're kind of pretty tight up against this fence all the way along. So we're going to move the saw in a little bit and make another cut. Okay, 6 inches, 5 15/16. 5 7/8. Looks like 5 3/4. We'll set the saw to 5 3/4. Right there. All right.